happened in the last movie, Miskatonic University of Arkham gets a new student named Herbert West that has a plan to perfect his reagent that brings dead tissue back to life, but unfortunately as a forsaken and violent way. He moves into the basement of Dan Kane and his girlfriend Megan Hasley that follow along helplessly as West does his unethical experiments. At the same time, Dr. Coral Hill plans to steal West's work but gets killed and reanimated, and after that his head and torso terrorize people as he kidnaps Megan and gets freaky. In the end, Megan's reanimated father crushes Dr. Coral's head, and West gets attacked by the reanimated bodies, while Dan escapes and saves West's work and Megan. But unfortunately, Megan gets attacked by one of the bodies and dies in Dan's arm, who fails to rescue her, and in the last scene injects reagent into her.
Hello common people, this is a Common Guy Reviews and I am your lovely host Pepsi. Bride of Re-animator is a 1990 American science fiction horror film directed by Brian Yuzna and written by Self E. Daniel and Rick Fry. It is based loosely on a couple chapters in H.P. Lovecraft's novel Re-animator and is a sequel to the last movie. In this one we jump right away in the war zone, where Herbert West with Dan Kane is doing experiments with dead soldiers. Right away we ask how West survived in the last movie's attack, and I answer that it's not explained, so don't worry about it, just state things as they are. Later they return into the house of the last movie, and there West reveals his next master plan. That is to assemble a whole body from the parts and reanimate it fully using Megan's heart that was stored in the freezer. They forgot that Dan used a reagent on her, but who cares? This movie follows the other in the ways we like. Awesome practical effects, cool puppets and lots of blood and guts. This movie takes turn from the serious horror and uses more comedy in my opinion. We also get really nice animation because West's reagent is now able to join two dead body parts together and animate them at the same time. For example, we get this cutie pie at the start, so we are waiting good things in this movie. West keeps himself as a mad scientist and Dan still seems to just follow along. He is still hunched over most of the times and for some reason doubts the hell out of West, even he has seen him doing this stuff for a time now. But love for Megan is strong as he believes that West can reanimate her and that she would be whole when they use the Megan's heart, so West just drags Dan along, collecting body parts and doing his stuff. At the start of the film we see that the old nemesis Dr. Coral Hill is at it again, this time only as a head. And how did his head survive? Well, just take things as they are. Dr. Coral manipulates Dr. Graves help him as he finds some of the reagent where aftermath of Miskatonic University massacre as they called it happened. There also lies Dr. Garl's head that he gets once again reanimated and then starts to make Graves to obey him because he plans to take revenge on West because he caused his death and state. I think the story is fine even if there are a lot of question marks because it straight up ignores everything that happened at the end of the first movie. Megan and her body is gone, even if Dan supposedly reanimated her, only her heart remains. West survived the assault from the reanimated bodies without any explanation, and Coral Hill's crushed head was now just a normal head. There are new faces like Lieutenant Leslie Chapman, who also swears revenge for West because he finds out that he reanimated his wife's body, causing her to turn into a mindless zombie. And Gloria, a character from the first war scene. Story focuses mainly on West's ambitions as it should be. And once again everyone just helplessly witnesses his twisting the nature around his palms. We spent good time in the laboratories and morgues, and witness god-tier makeup and practical effects that makes me giggle in excitement because I have one movie left after this. Should you watch this sequel even with its flaws of following the plot? Absolutely, it is a classic and should be watched anyone who wants to enjoy a good show that gives you laughs and makes you shudder with its graphic violence. Also, movie contains a lot of nudity again, but little bit less than the last one. Humor is on point, somewhat crude puppets like Dr. Garl's head that have their moment of silliness when they are animated going around and about, and that adds to the comedy. This movie doesn't take itself so seriously as the last one and balances rightfully between body horror and comedy. Certified banger I would say. But this was my review about Bride of Re-animator. Does West fulfill his dreams of making a whole person with a new life? Does he transcend to a godhood with his mad ambitions? Go watch this movie and find out. This was Common Guy Reviews and speaking to you, your lovely host Pepsi, and I'll see you in the next week with the last piece of this trilogy. Goodbye.